Hello and welcome to another life-changing episode of the Hellion Rebellion Rock and Roll Association, brought to you by Hollygeist. Welcome, Helliots and Hellions. We lost some people this week. I think you know who they are, but let's go ahead and put it in video. The first one's not entirely rock and roll, but he's affiliated, and this one goes out to Tim Curry, the actor. He's, of course, known for playing Pennywise in It. He was that. He was in that movie Clue with Lee Ving from Fear. Probably my favorite Tim Curry movie. And of course, he was also Rocky Horror Picture Show. And that is why I'm including Tim Curry in this. Because Rocky Horror Picture Show is one of those great rock operas of all time. So I think he should be well preserved in the annals of rock and roll. The other one needs no introduction. Everybody knows the dice are loaded. Everybody knows the good guys lost. Is Dolly Parton. You know me, I'm not the biggest country person in the world. It took me a long time to appreciate some Dolly Parton. In fact, I was probably in my late 20s, early 30s before I really started listening to her. You talk about a rags to riches story. You talk about somebody who has always championed the downtrodden. The working class, the marginalized. Dolly Parton was a champion for all of that. And I remember when I was first starting to let my ears accept country music. It was the outlaw country. It was the Willie Nelsons and the Marty Robbins and the Johnny Cashes of the world. And I was still just not a Dolly Parton person. And then one day I met a person who played me very old, very early Dolly Parton. And I was just like, oh, I am wrong. I was wrong. That is awesome. So, since the late 90s, early 2000s, I've been a pretty big Dolly Parton fan. I even went back to the 80s stuff with the Islands in the Stream and all that stuff, and I'm like, there's some really good pop sensibilities there. So, we need to go ahead and honor Tim Curry and the Queen of Country, which I still kind of hold for Patsy Cline, maybe a little bit more than Dolly Parton, but I don't know. That's a hard one. Anyway, we need to honor Tim Curry and Dolly Parton. She may be the queen. Is she the queen? Is Patsy Cline the queen? in the pines. Oh. All right. May Tim Curry and Dolly Parton find themselves accepted and having concessions in the luxurious land of heaven. And may the angels make an exception this time and give Dolly Parton butterfly wings instead of traditional angel's wings. So tonight we're going to talk about one of my favorite rock and roll bands of all time. I've loved this band since probably 85, 86. English band called The Cult. I have seen these guys 6 or 7 times now. I don't think they've ever put out a bad record. And when it comes to The Cult, I honestly think Sonic Temple is a rock and roll record that is on par with the greatest of rock and roll records in the history of the genre. I would put this record up there with Led Zeppelin 1 through 4. I would put this record up there with Deep Purple's Machine Head, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction, Master of Puppets, 2112. I think this record is solid, and I think it's just as good as some of the biggest rock and roll records that were ever made. I know that The Cult is often said by some of their more hardcore fans that Electric, their second record, is their best. I wouldn't argue that. Electric is an amazing record, and in fact, if you didn't know anything about this band, Electric is probably the record I would point to before Sonic Temple. I think Electric is a little bit more of where they truly come from. I did a show on The Cult, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. So if you want to hear a history of this band, go ahead and watch that show. I'm not going to go into all that. They're from England. They start off as the Southern Death Cult, kind of a progressive, new wave, gothic band who would turn into The Cult by 1983. And the first 2 records, Love and Electric, are very postmodern, very progressive, early 80s rock and roll records. Great records. Electric is an absolute masterpiece of a record. Love is, the first 3 Cult records are just masterpieces. I think the reason I like Sonic Temple better than Electric or Love is because this would be the first time I would hear an English band really go full on Divided States influence. If the first time I had ever heard The Cult and this was the record I'd heard, I would not know this band was from England. This record sounds like it came from the Divided States. It's a juggernaut of a record. There's not a bad song on here. You hear the first 2 records, you can hear his accent, you can hear the way they're playing, and you're like, oh, these guys are English, they're European. Sounds great. Good job, fellas. Um, this one, not so much. I mean, this has a huge Doors, Steppenwolf. It's very chunky. I mean, it really sounds like it came out of L.A. or New York or something. Hell, maybe New Orleans, maybe Chicago. Who knows? I mean, it sounds very American, or you know, divided states. Uh, and this would actually be the record that I fell in love with. Firewoman would be the biggest song that came off of here. Probably one of the biggest songs they're known for, with the exception of Electric's She Sells Sanctuary. I have seen this band quite a few times, and it's my relationship with the cult is weird. I usually don't have the money or I don't have the time to go see shows, but for some reason, when it comes to these guys, I've always had the money or the time to see them when they show up. And it's just kind of like, they're not my favorite band in the world, but I don't have anything else to do. I'm going to go see the cult. Um, if you haven't seen this band, I strongly suggest you do it. It's one of the greatest rock and roll bands that ever lived. So, let me quit with all that junk. And let's talk about what I'm going to play. I'm going to play a song off of this record, which I don't think is the best song on this record. It's a deeper cut. And it's not this song to me is probably the fifth best song, the sixth best song on the record. But I think it's incredibly relevant today when it comes to my burning nation, because it's a song called American Horse. And the white trash, or really orange trash, sewer smelling, goblin fascist that's in charge of this nation right now has decided to go to war with wild horses in the Southwest. And I'm just like, what kind of psychopath says, hey, we should just kill all the wild horses? What kind of person says that? Like, all right, let's kill wild horses. Let's do it. I mean, the wild horse is more of a symbol to this country than the bald eagle. The horse is one of the most useful, noble animals in the history of most countries. Not just this country. I don't care if you love camels in the Middle East. Those people still love horses. Europe uses horses. Canada uses horses. Australia has horses. Does Australia have horses? I don't know. I don't know what they do down there. Anyway, to just go ahead and decide that they're going to annihilate wild horses in the divided states is asinine. I don't understand. I mean, the Ford Motor Company, their most identifiable automobile is the Ford Mustang. People all over the world like the Ford Mustang. They at least like the way it looks. That is their symbol, is the wild horse. We have indigenous people Or I really don't even like saying indigenous people. Native American. I don't even like saying Native Americans. We have Sioux, Choctaw, Pueblo, Navajo, Chippewa, Blackfoot. Going down into the wild horse area, getting as many wild horses as they can and bringing them back to their reservations and lands. Which, by the way, those people are being persecuted and terrorized and being put in concentration camps. And I'm like, they're Native Americans. What the hell is wrong with you people? People are psychopaths. I'm done being silent. In fact, you know what? I don't care if this show goes on, doesn't go on. I may start just doing a series of very political rock and roll shows, is what I may start doing. Because I'm done. I'm done being silent. I'm sick of this shit. In fact, you know what? Canada, you better wake up. These people aren't joking with you. Greenland, Europe, wake up. They're not joking with you. They are going to play. And there's millions of us in this country. And I'm going to go ahead and say this personally. If my military fires upon Canada or Europe, I will fire on my own military. But let's get back to the cult. And let's get back to these wild horses. In fact, you know what? Let's just play the damn song. Fuck the toddler. Apparently I don't know how to do this. Maybe I should put the tape in the machine. Apologize. I don't give a shit.
Why
You know what? I actually like that song a lot more than I realized. I haven't heard that in a while. That really is a good song. It has a lot of swing to it. Anyway, um, anyway, all you MAGA twats out there in the West, you MAGA twat farmers who are getting your asses handed to you right now and being sold out. Uh, Making war on the American horse is treasonous in its own right. That's ridiculous. Anyway, anybody who watches my show, thank you for watching it. I love you. And again, if these dumb Christo fascists start firing upon my Europeans, my Canadians, and my Australians, and hell, there's a bunch of Asian countries I like. I like Mexico. There's a bunch of South American countries I like. They're going to have war within. And I know that's where it's coming. God bless the American horse. God bless you. And fuck the toddler in charge.